In space news this week, Roscosmos completes repairs to Pad 31 at Baikonur, NASA announces the creation of NASA Force, and Space One's Kairos rocket experiences its third consecutive launch failure. All this and more in today's Avid Space Update. Starting off from the top of the list, Blue Origin's president of the National Security Group, Tori Bruno, posted a new image of the company's Blue Ring, an in-development satellite services spacecraft designed to host, boost, and refuel satellites in orbit. United Launch Alliance showed off its newly painted rocket transport ship named Spaceship, built by Bollinger Shipyards. Spaceship will send ULA's Atlas and Vulcan rockets across the country from Alabama to Kennedy Space Center and Vandenberg Space Force Base. 3 months after the maintenance cabin was destroyed at Baikonur's Pad 31 during the launch of Soyuz MS-28, Roscosmos reported that the cabin has been restored and the pad will soon be ready to host Soyuz launches once more. NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman announced the formation of NASA Force this past week. Working in partnership with the Office of Personnel Management and industry partners, the agency will be bringing skilled engineers from their contractor base on board with NASA as part of an ongoing effort to bring back more engineering competencies. Many of these positions had been outsourced to contractors to reduce headcount, which has made it challenging for NASA's Missions Directorate to coordinate and organize its space exploration and science programs. Additional changes regarding the Artemis program were revealed, with NASA stating that they're sunsetting the interim cryogenic propulsion stage and canceling the development of the exploration upper stage. Additionally, a sole source contract filed by NASA and the Marshall Space Flight Center clarified that they intend to use United Launch Alliance's Centaur 5 upper stage for the Artemis 4 and 5 missions. From the International Space Station this week, Canadarm2 released the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries HTV-X1 resupply vehicle from the station. With its successful multi-month stay, the HTV-X1 vehicle delivered science experiments and supplies to the orbital outpost. Firefly Aerospace showed off its newly tested inner stage for the Northrop Grumman's Antares 330 rocket. The inner stage, which connects the first and second stages together, was successfully tested above flight loads and is ready for launch. Space One's Kairos rocket experienced its third consecutive launch failure about 1 minute into flight. The all-solid fuel rocket has been troubled with casing failures, and the cause of the mission failure remains under investigation. Rocket Lab conducted its 83rd flight of their Electron rocket, launching the Insight at Speed is a Friend Indeed mission for their customer Black Sky. The company capped off the flight by confirming the mission's success on X. The first and second stages of Rocket Factory Augsburg's RF-1 rocket have arrived at Saxaverd Spaceport. Once the stages are integrated, the vehicle will proceed to pad testing ahead of its first flight. The company aims to perform its first launch from the Scottish Launch Complex sometime this summer. NASA Space Operations announced that the Cygnus XL spacecraft will be departing the International Space Station on March 12th, completing its 23rd station resupply mission by Northrop Grumman. Closing out this week's update with the European Space Agency, the Vega C rocket has been stacked ahead of its next launch. The 4-stage rocket will carry the SMILE satellite, which includes 4 instruments to study how the solar wind interacts with the Earth's magnetic field. The rocket's launch window opens on April 8th, with launch opportunities through May 7th. And there you have it, another around the world spaceflight news update brought to you by Avid Space. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.